Now I'm in the process of welding these pieces of steel tubing together so they'll all be the same length and have this thing set up the way I'd like it to be set up. And here I got to weld this. I got the ground clamp on there, and this is the welding machine I'm using. Cheap welding machine from Harbor Freight Tools. Real cheap. There's where I have the amp set at. About 30. And I'm using E6011 3/32 size arc welding rods. That's a fast melting rod, and it penetrates deep. So I think these rods kind of melt hotter or burn hotter or something. I guess it's a flux on them. I don't know. I am not an expert welder. I'm nowhere near it. I don't know all the hacks. I just know how to basically fuse mild steel pieces together, and it's not, I'm not trained at it. I haven't been to school for this. I learned what I learned from watching videos on the internet, like on YouTube, but I never went to school for it. I never took any welding classes at a vocational center like I wish I would have done when I was 20 years old. And if I had, I would have probably had a job by now. But I'm not even qualified to get a job because I don't know enough in this to get a job. I mean, you got to know a lot more in this. I don't even know exactly what kind of steel this is. I assume it's just mild steel. I just know that, I'm welding one piece together over there. I know it's not stainless steel. But I guess it's just plain mild steel. I don't know. I don't know what grade it is, what type it is. I got this out of a dumpster. Where it was that Meade tractor supply in Johnson City, Tennessee, in Boones Creek. But that's the one thing about it. If people had any sense, they'd be collecting metal and saving it, because you can build some structures with metal. I mean, if I had to go to Lowe's and buy this metal, it would cost a lot. Each one of these pieces would cost probably about $8, $9. At about 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, about $60 worth of steel here if I bought it at Lowe's. It's lucky for me that, I didn't have to go to Lowe's, but I'll show you how I do this, because this welding hat I have on, it doesn't have the option. It don't have this welding face cover is what it is. It doesn't have the clear lens that all of a sudden goes to dark when the light hits that sensor on it, like some of them have. So this one don't have a sensor at all. So, sometimes I say the wrong stuff. But, so what I do is I turn this light on and let that shine it, and I can see that light through this lens that I have on my head, covering my face. I can see that bright light through the lens. I really need a tripod for the light. Don't have it, but I can at least see it by using this 1000 lumen Everlast spotlight I bought at Walmart for $20, $24, I don't know. Anyway, I know I got to get this done. No time to play. I don't know, because it's such thin steel, I can only do a little bit at a time. I can't really, hit it all of a sudden. I mean, if I had flux or something to put on the metal, like flux, maybe to keep it a little bit cooler, you know, just enough to where I wouldn't melt a hole through it. That might be different, but you don't want to melt a hole through this. Then you got to go back and fill the hole in. I mean, if it's just a, if it's just a small project, it's not, not like, that serious, that important or whatever. I mean, you can get away with melting a few holes in it. You can always plug the holes with blah 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 epoxy, or maybe resin or pine rosin or something, and then the water can get in. But this is no big deal, because I can always paint the inside of that, spray paint in it, and then the water will actually just, if it does go in, it'll just run out the bottom of the steel tubing. Wait a minute. You hear that? See that hole? That's no big deal though. One way to combat this is the melting holes in it, spray water on it. Like if you spray water on it and cool the metal, it's most likely not to melt a hole through it. But I mean, it's it's not such a big deal on this. I mean, you can get away with melting a few holes in it. Mostly, if the holes are not too big, but like, but mainly you got to go all the way around it. You got to get some weld taps all the way around it, to make sure that this pole doesn't bend or break. Let that battery, strengthen, let the battery get the charge back in. I need a tripod to actually sit this light on, man. Another hole. It's easy to fill the holes back in. You just turn, if you want to fill them in, just turn down the amps and go around there and just tap it with the welding rod, and it'll fill them in. That welded steel, I mean the steel that's coming from the rod melting, the steel that the rod is, it's actually harder than the steel this tubing's made out of. And the reason being is because it's being covered with that flux, and it makes it harder. I should spray water on it. I guess that'll do it for this one. And you can see that's I think this pole is like 7 feet, 9 feet. I can't even remember what it is now. This one is finished. 10 minutes went by.